Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So very, very wonderful pastime that took place in a called as Vidarbha. Vidarbha is a very special place where Rukmini Devi appeared. And that place is very, very special because there Krishna also came for a particular purpose. In Vidarbha, the king's name was Bhishmaka. Bhishmaka had 5 sons. Their names were Rukmi, Rukmaratha, Rukmabahu, Rukma Kesha, Rukma Mali. These are the 5 names of brothers. Rukma basically means golden. So they were all having the golden complexion. Very smart boys. And the daughter, the youngest daughter's name was Rukmini. Now in that place, in Vidarbha, in that particular palace of Bhishmaka, every now and then visitors would come from different places. From Vrindavan, from Dwarka, and they would go to Rukmini and they would speak about Lord Krishna. And Rukmini would hear how Krishna lifted Govardhan for 7 days, 7 nights, how Krishna danced on the woods of Kalia, how Krishna defeated so and so demons. She would hear all these different things. She would also hear about the beauty of Krishna. In our Shastra, there are n number of verses which talks about the beauty of Krishna. Kunti Maharani, she glorifies Krishna in various ways, and one place she talks about how Krishna's body is full of lotuses. Please repeat. Namo Pankaja Nabhaya, Namo Pankaja Maline, Namo Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankajangraye. So Rukmini is saying, Kunti Maharani is saying that, oh Lord, your entire body is full of lotuses. Your navel is like a lotus. So beautiful. You wear a lotus garland. So beautiful. Oh, you have got eyes like lotus petals. So beautiful. Oh Lord, your lotus feet are like lotus. So beautiful. Like this, n number of verses which glorifies the beauty of the Lord. But just think about it. You put lotus, here lotus, feet lotus. How it will look? How it will look? But what to do? No, there is nothing material that we can use to compare Lord Krishna's beauty. So max to max, the beautiful flower that is lotus is used for comparing the beautiful form of Krishna. Sometimes it is said Krishna's face is like moon. No, Krishna's face cannot be like moon. How can it be like moon? Moon has got spots. Our Lord is spotless. How can he be compared to moon? But what to do? That is one of the object. Now it's very beautiful for materialists or people of this material world. Therefore, that is used to compare Lord's beautiful face. So in this way, there are so many descriptions given. And those devotees who take Sakshat Darshan of the Lord, they would come to the palace of Bhishmaka and they would speak about Lord Krishna. And just by hearing from these great sadhus who would be coming, Narad Muni was one of them. Rukmini Devi, just by hearing about Krishna, she fell in love with Krishna and she decided, if I have to marry someone, I'll marry only Krishna. She decided. This is the power of Shravanam. See, Rukmini's case and our case, not much difference. We have also not seen Krishna, she has also not seen Krishna. Only difference is, she fell in love with Krishna, we fall in love with other people here. Now see the power of Shravanam. Bhagavatam repeatedly speaks about this. First canto, first chapter, shloka 2, talks about the power of Shravanam of Srimad Bhagavatam. Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. No, don't repeat, it will be difficult. Vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayo moolanam. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parerishwaraha Sadhya Rudya Vrudyate Tatra Kritabhir Shushushu Tatshanat. Very beautiful shloka. It says Srimad Bhagavatam, it rejects all the cheating religions. Srimad Bhagavatam will never promise you that you will get wealth, name, fame, good partner, good kids, etc. No. Srimad Bhagavatam talks about pure devotional service to Krishna. Nothing else apart from that. Nothing else apart from that. And then it is said that it creates auspiciousness for everyone. Shivadam. And then finally it is said, anyone who hears Srimad Bhagavatam attentively, sincerely, with faith, Satya Rudya Vrudyate. Lord Sri Krishna immediately enters the heart of the devotee. He is established in the devotee's heart. It doesn't take much time, it seems. But they have criteria. Seriously, attentively, one has to hear. Another shloka from second canto. So in that we have this very beautiful shloka. Srinavatam Shraddhaya Nityam Granatascha Swacheshtitam Kalena Na Ati Dirgena Bhagavan Vishwateriti. So it is described that Srinavatam Shraddhaya Nityam. Anyone who does Shravanam, Nitya, regularly. Prabhupada translates the word Nitya as regular attendance in Bhagavatam class. So anyone who regularly attends Bhagavatam class, hears Bhagavatam regularly, what happens? Srinvatam Shraddhaya Nityam Granatascha Swacheshtitam Kalena Na Ati Dirghena Bhagavan Vishwateriti. Again the same thing. It will not take much time. Lord will enter the heart of the devotee. And then also there are so many other shlokas which talks about what happens when devotees sit together like this and hear. Very beautiful shloka from 3rd canto, chapter 25, shloka 25. Maybe you all can try to repeat. Satam prasanga mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha tajjoshanad ashva apavarga vartmani shraddharatir bhaktir anukrameshyati. Here it is said, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti rat karna rasayana katha. So when devotees come together and discuss the glories of the Lord, what happens? It's very, very pleasing to the heart, very, very pleasing to the ears. And along with that, Tad Joshnat Ashva Pavarga Vartamani. No more that person is aspiring for liberation now. Why? There are 3 things happening with that devotee who is hearing attentively the glories of the Lord. The faith increases. The first one, Shraddha. Faith increases. Many times people ask, how to increase faith in life? How to increase faith on the Lord? Simple. First, hear. Shraddha. Second is Rati. Attachment to the Lord increases. Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti. Anukrameshyati. Bhakti increases towards the Lord. Basically, the prema increases towards the Lord. Can you imagine? Just by hearing Krishna Katha, Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti. All the 3 increases for a devotee. That's the glory of coming together like this and hearing Krishna Katha. Very, very wonderful. Very, very wonderful. And look at Rukmini. So wonderful. People would come and speak and she would not get tired. She'll go on hearing. She'll say, oh, please speak more, please speak more. See, normally how do we hear? We hear. Oh, very nice, Mataji. Here and then from here. And many times devotees say also, I'm not able to remember whatever I heard. How many of you face this problem? Oh, everyone. Oh, very nice. I am also in that category. There are stages of hearing. First is called as Shravanam. We do Shravanam, we hear. We take inspiration. The second stage is called as Mananam. So what we have heard, I'm sure in any class for that matter, there'll be some points that will literally strike our mind and sometimes pierce our heart. Those are the points which we have to contemplate on and try to deeply meditate on. That is called as Mananam, stage of Mananam. The next is called as Nididhyasanam. Now, the Nididhyasanam is a stage where, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, a devotee realizes what he has heard, what he has meditated. Do you understand the difference between realization and information? Information, we just hear, we have some information. But realization is by which a person can implement what he had heard. There are people around the world, they have a lot of information. There are PhDs in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam also, but they are not devotees. Why? Only information, no transformation. So in this Nididhyasanam stage, the person realizes and the person implements what he has heard in his day-to-day life. So 3 stages of hearing. First, Shravanam. Second, Mananam. Third, Nididhyasanam. Normally, our hearing gets over at first stage, Shravanam. Class over, hearing over. But you know what? Those devotees who are sincere and serious to advance in bhakti and attain Krishna this life, they meditate, Mananam. Normally, devotees, they make notes in the class. And when do they open next time? In the next class. Okay, let's see what was the class. Oh, okay. I know all this. Next. So, if we can just take 5 minutes that particular day, just to see which points I have written. And you know what? We'll write only those points which strikes us. By which, the points which we resonate with, that we will note down. And we can just do mananam on that, meditate on that, contemplate on that deeply. And then pray to the Lord that, oh Lord, please help me to implement this. Then we reach the Nididhyasanam stage. And when we implement that, oh, life is so blissful. Shravanam will be very, very blissful because you can actually see what the speaker is saying and what transformations are happening in life. Both are in line. Both are in line. So these are 3 stages of hearing. Therefore, we always say that devotees have to practice to sit and hear for long hours. Sit and hear. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. Especially if it's class given by me, then it's very, very difficult. See, sitting at one place and hearing for long. If the topic is about ourselves, we will hear. Have you seen the gossip that takes place? What happened before in our life? When we start speaking or we hear from someone, we can go on hearing. But because of the envious nature that we have for the Lord, it's very difficult to hear about the Lord for a long time. Now, therefore, after some time, the mind will take us here and there. We start dancing, sitting wherever we are, and then doze off for some time and get up again. Why all this happens? Why all this happens? Only because of that envy that we have in our heart, we don't want to hear about the Lord. It's very, very difficult to hear about the Lord. Therefore, it's a very important point to note that when it comes to devotees, we have to make it a point, a practice, that we should hear sitting at one place for long hours. And we are so fortunate, we have this Bhagavatam classes every Sunday, where we all come together and we get this opportunity to hear. And those devotees who come for yatra are even more fortunate. In the last yatra, we had 13 hours of hearing in 5 days. Devotees sitting and hearing. So wonderful. And with time, when we practice this hearing, we will see Shraddha, Rati, Bhakti, Anukramishati. One after another, things will manifest. And the ones who don't hear, what about them? Sometimes people just roam around. Class is going on. Oh no, class is for newcomers, not for me. And they roam around here and there. And some people are they're on time, not towards the end. So the last part. They're only interested in conclusion. You know, in any community, if there is someone who can create problem in the community, is that person whose Shravanam is not proper. That person who does not hear, does not give importance to hearing, very busy in doing various other activities of this world, such a person will create problem. In our spiritual management, you know, how do we find out who will create a problem? With this one parameter. We keep observing. And whoever does not hear, we understand that person is a culprit in future. And you know what? Till date, our guesses have been proved right. Right. So the ones who don't hear, the drawback are two. One is the person himself will not advance, he'll not be able to inspire others. Second, he'll create problem in the community. He'll be the root cause of various fights. He'll be the root cause of gossip. He'll be the root cause of fault finding. What to do? If there is no rasa of Krishna consciousness, there will be rasa of the garbage of this world. What to do? And look at Rukmini Devi. She would be hearing so attentively, so absorbed in hearing, that she just fell in love with Krishna. She has not seen Krishna, she has fell in love with Krishna. Shraddha, Ratir, Bhakti. She was there at the platform of Prema, she fell in love with Krishna. And she decided, if I have to marry someone, I will marry only Krishna. Okay, this is about Rukmini. Now Krishna is in Dwarka. Krishna also decided that if I will marry someone, then it's only Rukmini. How Krishna got to know about Rukmini? No one was speaking about Rukmini. Krishna, everyone was speaking about him. They would go around and speak, oh, Krishna did this, Krishna did that. But about Rukmini, no one was speaking. How did Krishna get to know about Rukmini? Okay. Oh, Krishna entered Rukmini's heart. Yes. Krishna is there in everyone's heart. And yes, those devotees who do proper Shravanam, Krishna specially enters their heart. But how do we understand Krishna is there in the heart and enter the heart? How do we understand this? Many times people ask, Prabhuji, enter the heart means he was not there in my heart before? That's the point. So, Lord is there as Paramatma. Paramatma is the expansion of Krishna. And when we hear about the Lord, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna enters our heart. And guess what? For Rukmini, Krishna was there in the heart of Rukmini. And Krishna was knowing that how great she is in her qualities, in her character, in her beauty. And most importantly, we understand that Rukmini was surrendered to Krishna, and Krishna decided, if I have to marry someone, I will marry Rukmini. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself is saying, Ye thamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. The way the devotees approach me, I also approach devotees like that, in that mode. So Rukmini wanted to marry Krishna, and Krishna is also reciprocating, saying, if I have to marry someone, I will marry Rukmini only. See, in every movie, there is a hero and there is a heroine. But without villain, maza nahi aata. How do you think that these ideas of Bollywood, Tollywood, etc., where it comes from? It all comes from Bhagavatam. It all comes from Bhagavatam. So in this beautiful story, beautiful pastime, there was a villain, and the villain's name was Rukmi, the eldest brother of Rukmini. He was the villain in this entire pastime. In fact, all the family members, including Bhishmaka, father of Rukmini, and the other four brothers, they all wanted to give Rukmini to Krishna. But Rukmi was the one who did not want Rukmini to get married to Krishna. You know why? Because Rukmi was in the bad association of Jarasandha, Shishupal. And when they would speak about Krishna, now they will not glorify Krishna. They'll speak ill about the Lord. Naturally, this person was also affected. He decided, Krishna, what is, he does not have anything. He's just a Gopa, a cowherd boy. And my sister, she's so great, so we should marry her to a very eligible bachelor of this world. And on this planet, there's only one. And his name is Shishupal. And Shishupal's speciality was, right from childhood, as soon as he took birth, the first thing that he spoke was something ill about Krishna. सबसे पहले गाली दिया भगवान को. That's how he started his entire childhood. And all the time, it was Krishna Katha in a negative way. All the time finding some fault, all the time speaking something ill about Krishna. So it matches, no? Rukmini is also same category, Shishupal same category, so decided. And Rukmini, when she got to know, she was in great anxiety. She's already given her heart to Krishna. And now here, the eldest brother, he just bulldozed everyone. He bulldozed his father, Bhishmaka, other 4 brothers. He said, no, I am the eldest in family. I will decide. I will decide where my sister will go. And in this way, the marriage was fixed. And Rukmini was also in a fix what to do. What to do now. And at that time, in such great anxiety, Rukmini Devi, in that mood, she wrote a letter to Krishna. This is the first divine love letter of the history. And the perverted version of that we can see in this world. She wrote a letter. And in that letter, she poured her heart, her love, and all the feelings that she could. And she gave it to the Brahmana. अभी देखिए love letter deliver करने को किसको दिया? Brahmana. Brahmanas are very pure. She was knowing very well, बीच में खोल के पड़ेगा नहीं. Directly he'll give it to Krishna. So it was given to Brahmana and she said that haste, go fast and give it to Krishna in Dwarka. And Brahmana, he started walking towards Dwarka. And he reached Dwarka in a couple of days. And it is described that he went to the gate. And when he reached the gate, the doorkeepers, they stopped him. Then he told that, yes, I have come from this particular place. I have a message for Dwarkadhish. And that's how the gatekeepers allowed him. At that time, our Lord Krishna was sitting on a golden throne. And this Brahmana entered. Look at the humility of our Lord. Just by hearing the humility of our Lord, we will become humble. He was sitting on that golden throne. As soon as the Brahmana came, he got down. And he made the Brahmana to sit on the golden throne. And what next Krishna did? He worshipped the Brahmana. He spoke very, very beautiful words to the Brahmana. He glorified. And after that, he served Brahmana nice foodstuffs. And after Brahmana ate, he rested on the bed. Our Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, sitting at the feet of the Brahmana, he started massaging the feet of Brahmana. Oh, this is called as humility. Our Lord is supreme in everything, including humility. You see? But still, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Matta Parataram Namyat. There is no one above me. And that's a fact. No one can be as humble as Krishna. No one can be as great as Krishna. No one can compete with Krishna's opulence. And while massaging the feet, Krishna started glorifying. He started speaking. And he said, Oh Brahmana, hope you're satisfied in your life. Hope whatever you have, that gives you satisfaction. Now this is a very, very important question for a devotee. Because see, only when we are materially satisfied, then there is a possibility of advancing in spiritual life. If you're not materially satisfied, what will happen if you're not satisfied materially? We keep running behind various things of this world. I don't have this, I don't have that. And then when we are not satisfied, naturally our consciousness will be absorbed in all the material things of this world. I want this, I want that. Oh, this person did this person did that. But that person is completely satisfied materially. His entire consciousness can be immersed in practicing bhakti. Very, very important point. So, a devotee should be satisfied materially. Should he be satisfied spiritually also? 16 rounds, bahut maza aa gaya, bas. One Bhagavatam class, one Bhagavatam class, bas. One Janmashtami for lifetime, bas. How's that? Can a devotee be satisfied spiritually? Devotee shouldn't be satisfied spiritually. Srila Rupa Goswami says a devotee should be greedy. Laulyam. And it is described, one of our Acharya describes, that a devotee should be like a businessman. He should be always greedy to accumulate more and more and more. And what should be a devotee greedy for? To accumulate more and more mercy of the Lord. He is not satisfied by doing bhakti. He wants to hear more and more and more about the Lord. He wants to chant more and more and more the Lord's names, pastimes, glories. And he wants to worship the Lord unlimitedly. On and on and on. They don't stop. They don't stop. Therefore, materially a devotee should be satisfied and spiritually extremely unsatisfied. And when this combination comes, such a devotee will advance in bhakti. Always remember this. And Krishna is asking a point here. Are you satisfied? And when someone is asking this question, are you satisfied? What is he talking about? Materially or spiritually? Materially, but obvious. But obvious. And then next thing that he asks is the king taking care of you properly? Is king allowing you to practice bhakti properly? That was the second question. And the third thing that he asks finally is, you have come all the way from Vidarbha till here. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Who is asking this question? That person who knows everything of this world. He is asking this question. What is the purpose? You have come all the way. And at that time the Brahmana revealed that the queen of Vidarbha, she has sent a letter for you. And at that time, now Krishna said, I know what is that. You please open and start reading. Now Krishna didn't read himself. He asked Brahmana to read. His Brahmana shouldn't feel, kya chal raha hai? What is the secret going on? And since Brahmana read it, we have it in Bhagavatam also. Wonderful 7 verses of Rukmini's divine love letter. Some other day we'll discuss these 7 verses in detail. Just I'll summarize these 7 verses for all of you. Very beautiful shloka which Rukmini starts with. By the way, divine love letter in Sanskrit language. Yes. So Rukmini starts speaking in the letter. Please repeat. Rukmini uvacha Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara Shrinvatam te Nirvishya karna vivare Haratonga tapam Rupam drisham drishimatam Akhilartha labham Tvayachyuta vishati Chittam Apatram me. Very beautiful shloka. If it is chanted in a meter, it's even more beautiful. But it's okay. However we chant it. Here she says, Shrutva gunan bhuvana sundara shrinvatamte. First thing she says is, Oh bhuvana sundara. Oh, the most beautiful one in all the 3 worlds. And then she says, Shrutva gunan shrinvatamte. Nirvishya karana vivarair haratonga tapam. Oh Lord, anyone who hears about your qualities, all their tapa is removed. All their suffering is removed. Isn't that the fact? When we hear about the glories of the Lord, naturally it feels a lot of bliss. Naturally. And Bhagavatam is very consistent about this point. Even our gopis of Sri Vrindavan Dham, in separation from Krishna, they are singing Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavi bhiriditam kalmashapaham shravana mangalam Shrimadatam bhuvi grinanti ye bhurida janah. So first line it says, Tava kathamratam tapta jivanam. Oh Lord, your katha is not ordinary, it is not ordinary, it is amrita. It is amrita. And who needs amrita? Those people who are dying in this world, they need amrita. All the tapta jivas, all the jivas who are suffering in this world, they need this amrita. Oh Lord, your katha is like amrita, kathamrita. We all know charanamrita. And everyone likes charanamrita also. In one of the discussions, one devotee was saying, Prabhuji, I read that there was an ant which drowned in the charanamrita of the Lord and it attained 4 hands and went back home back to Godhead. I've been drinking liters of charanamrita, nothing is happening. After every Gaur Purnima, Janmashtami, Nityanand Trayadashi, nothing is happening. Actually, things are happening. Things are taking place within. Cleansing is happening for sure. But Charanamrit only few people get. But Kathamrit at one go, everyone can get. And one of the Charanamrit that flows everywhere in all the three worlds is called as Mother Ganga. She flows in different directions. She is there in heavenly planet. She is there in this Bhuloka. She is there also in the lower planetary systems. With different names, with the same entity called Charanamrit. As soon as Vamandev, he pierced the material sphere, the water, Viraja river, that washed the feet of the Lord, and that came down. At first it came to Satyalok, and immediately Brahma, with lot of greed, he filled his Kamandalu with Charanamrit. Like our devotees get their bottles to fill Charanamrit, he filled his Charanamrit. And the same Charanamrit Brahma keeps using for giving benedictions to people around, to reviving people around. One example, please, from Bhagavatam. Brahma using that Charanamrit, he sprinkled on someone and one's body got revived. Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu's entire body was destroyed, but still he was keeping the life here. But Brahma, when he descended, first thing that he did was took the water and he sprinkled. And guess what happened? The entire body of Hiranyakashipu got rejuvenated with youthful energy only because of Charanamrit. And when the Charanamrit came down, then Lord Shiva said, oh, why should I remain away? He took it in his Kamandalu. I don't have Kamandalu, but I have my hairs. And immediately, what did the Lord Shiva do? He held the Charanamrit of the Lord on the head. And the same Charanamrit comes down. And all those devotees who visit various dhams, especially Sridham Mayapur, they get to bathe in the Charanamrit. But what about those devotees who are not able to go to Mayapur? Who are not able to go to Haridwar? They have to just come and sit in the Bhagavatam class on a Sunday morning. Kathamrit flows, which is not different than Charanamrit of the Lord. Same effect. Charanamrit purifies, Kathamrit also purifies. And therefore it is described, Kathamrit is available for everyone, Charanamrit only for few. And here we understand that Tapta Jivas of this world, for them, the enlivening thing of this world is Kathamrita. And those devotees who feel very blissful by hearing Katha of the Lord, they are actually tasting the Amrita that is there. And you know what it needs? What it means to taste the Katha of the Lord? Just hear. Hear attentively. Hear attentively whatever is spoken by the speaker, authentic speaker, bona fide speaker from bona fide scripture like Bhagavatam. We have to just hear. We should allow it to flow. One devotee was saying that the way Ganga flows like this and the devotee stands, let Ganga flow through me and purify me. Similarly, in a Bhagavatam class, devotee sits with full attention. And he's like, let the Kathamrit flow through me and purify me. That's how hearing should be done. That's how hearing should be done. And also it is described when a devotee hears. In Bhagavatam 10th canto, chapter 14, when Brahma is offering prayers, he says, Tattenu kampam sushamikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam ritvakvapurбhir ridadan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadaya bhai. When a devotee hears about the Lord, when a devotee remembers the Lord, when he's hearing, he remembers the Lord. You know what the devotee does? Naturally, in his body, these things can be seen. With his writ, with his heart, with his speech, and with his body, he pays obeisance to the Lord. Whenever the glories of the Lord are sung, devotees fold their palms, glorifying the Lord. They are very blissful. They offer their obeisances when they hear the glories of the Lord. That's how the hearing is done. And here we understand, Rukmini Devi is saying that, oh Lord, whoever hears about your qualities, there all the tapa is removed. Oh, what about the beauty then? If someone hears the beauty of Krishna, what happens? Rukmini Devi, she says, Rupam Drisham Drishimatam Akhilartha Labham. She says, that person, O Lord, who hears about your beauty. So that beauty is the epitome or the ultimate thing that fulfills the desire of the eyes, visual desire. Finally, the person who hears about the beauty of the Lord or who takes darshan of the Lord, his eyes become sarthak. The eyes have attained the satisfaction, the ultimate satisfaction. See, in this world, everyone wants to see beautiful things, no? Everyone wants to see. But the highest beauty, the highest satisfaction can come when we see the highest beauty, and that is the beauty of our Lord. And look at our Giridhari, how beautiful he is. In the altar, so beautiful. Devotees, when they keep taking darshan of the Lord, many of the time devotees keep just seeing. And मैं हिलाना पड़ता है, प्रभु जी हो गया time, just चलिए, let's go. That's the beauty of the Lord. And all glories to Srila Prabhupada, who instructed all the devotees in ISKCON, when you dress the deities, it has to be first class. When you do any shringar, it has to be first class. Therefore, the dresses whatever deities wear, there are lakhs of rupees invested in that. Ornaments that they wear, lakhs of rupees invested in that. And when the devotees come, and when they take darshan, lakhs of investment of consciousness happens at that time. And lakhs of living entities are delivered because of such wonderful darshan of the Lord. You go to any ISKCON temple, you'll find this darshan. And now, after speaking all this, Rukmini Devi, she's saying, Tvaya achyuta avishta chittam apatrapam me. She's saying, oh Lord, what to do? Your glories are so great, your beauty is so great. Look at this words that she uses. My shameless mind is now fixed on you, O Lord. Now, why is she saying like that? See, we are talking about Dwapar Yuga, not Kali Yuga, 2024. We're talking about Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar Yuga means, though the females, would be very reserved. They would not look up at anyone also. And now just imagine, such a lady, and that too not some Shudra category or something. She is the queen. And she is writing an open letter like this. It's a secret letter, but anyone who has 10th canto of Bhagavatam gets this letter. And now in that letter she is writing, you're so beautiful, you're so great, etc. So that time she's writing, oh Lord, I know that I'm doing a very shameless thing, but what to do? Your glories are so unlimited. What to do? I fix my shameless mind on your lotus feet, O Lord. And then she continues and she glorifies the Lord more and she says, there is no one like you, O Lord. No one like you. When it comes to lineage, your parampara, no parampara like that. Your character, oh no one with such a great character. Beauty, oh there is no comparison. Knowledge, oh in Kali Yuga when people will come, they'll struggle to read Bhagavad Gita and understand that your knowledge is great, O Lord. Youthfulness, you're always youthful. You're always youthful. Venum kvanantam aravinda dalaya taksham barhavatam samasitam buddhasundarangam kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. You're always youthful with all these beautiful features. Wealth, he is Lakshmipati, he is all wealthy. And influence, he is there as Paramatma in everyone's heart. Whatever influence is needed, he can do. He's saying, no one like you. And then she's talking about herself. Then she says, which aristocratic, sober-minded, marriageable girl will not choose you as the husband? Meri kya galti? I belong to that category, so I'm choosing you. And third thing that she writes is, I have chosen you as my husband. I surrender myself unto you, O Lord. First two verses she glorifies Krishna. Third verse, she's saying that I have chosen you as my husband. Abhi, you choose me or not, I don't know, but I have chosen you. And I surrender myself unto you. And then she says, please make me your wife. And then she is writing, let that Shishupal not touch me in any case. Shishupal shouldn't take, she is writing very nice, the portion of the hero, like a jackal stealing the property of a lion. She is calling Shishupal as jackal and Krishna as lion. And then she continues and she says, very, very with great humility, she says, that if at all I have pleased the Supreme Lord, maybe she's talking about Narayan or Vishnu, please come and please accept my hand. And then she continues and she's saying, this is a very special divine love letter where there's a plan that is given of kidnapping. And in this letter, she's writing, in the 5th verse, tomorrow when my marriage ceremony is about to begin, now there is instruction. Abhi shaadi hua nahi, already instruction chalu. She is saying that tomorrow when my marriage ceremony is about to begin, you should arrive unseen in Vidarbha. Chup ke aana. And second she says, surround yourself with the leaders of your army. Akele mat aana. Get more people with you. Then crush the forces of Chaitya and Magadendra and marry me in Rakshasa style. Now there are 8 types of marriages. Normally the marriage that takes place in this world is called as Daiva marriage. Daiva Vivaha. Where the parents come and then they fix the marriage and all that. So like that we have 8 styles. We'll not discuss that because I shouldn't speak much about marriage. So there is one style called as Rakshasa style. Rakshasa style means kidnap the lady and marry her. Obviously with her permission. So she is saying, marry me to Rakshasa style. And then she says, I know very well, she is saying in the letter, I know very well, you might be thinking that how can I carry you away without killing some of your relative? Krishna, you're thinking like this, no? I'll give you a plan. And she is saying, on the day before the marriage, there will be a grand procession wherein the bride, she will walk towards the Kula Devi, as Girija. So and she writes, in this procession, the new bride goes outside the city to visit goddess Girija. Now I was wondering, uske aage kuch nahi likha unhone. So it is understood when I am going there, tabhi aana aur tabhi kidnap karna. Kisi ko batana mat maine bola hai. And then she says, at the end, with a lot of humility she writes, if I cannot obtain your mercy, if you don't come, O Lord, abhi dhamki chal raha hai. If you don't come, O Lord, I'll give up my life. And there's humility also in this, where she says, then, after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, may I attain your mercy, O Lord. I'm ready to die again and again and again, just to attain your mercy, O Lord, just to attain your mercy. These were the 7 verses that Rukmini Devi writes. And Brahmana read all this. And at that time, what Krishna did is, he went to the Brahmana, he held the hand of Brahmana and he was smiling. And at that time he says to the Brahmana, just as Rukmini has fixed her mind on me, O Brahmana, I have fixed my mind on Rukmini. And very beautiful thing Krishna writes, to such an extent that I am not able to sleep at night. Krishna is writing like this. Now I was thinking, ये तो एकदम ऐसा वो हो गया, मतलब normal human being speaking like this. Krishna is saying like this, I'm not getting sleep at night. But next thing that he writes is, why he's so attached to Rukmini? He writes, because she has dedicated herself to me. Krishna thinks about devotees. Krishna thinks about devotees. Which devotees he thinks about? Those devotees who dedicate their life onto the lotus feet of Krishna. Those devotees who render devotional service to Krishna. Krishna thinks about those devotees. Such a great thing, such a great thing. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport to 10th chapter, shloka number 10 of Bhagavad Gita. Very important statement. Please hear this. I'll read it as it is from the purport. He says, by the way, which shloka this is? 10:10 Bhagavad Gita. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam jeramam upayantite. Krishna is saying that anyone who renders devotional service to me with love and devotion, I give them buddhi, I give them intelligence to come to me. Then Prabhupada writes an instruction for all of us. He says, if a devotee is not intelligent enough to make progress on the path of self-realization, say if we are not intelligent to make progress on the path of self-realization, but if the devotee is sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service, 2 things Prabhupada is writing. First, sincere. Second, devoted to the activities of devotional service, Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately attain him. Only these 2 qualifications are needed. One has to be sincere and dedicated to the activities of devotional service. Rest Krishna will take care. Krishna will take us back home, back to God. And therefore, Rukmini was of this category. She had dedicated her entire life, her entire consciousness, everything onto Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is telling Brahmana, I'm thinking about her. My mind is fixed on her. I'm not able to sleep also at night because I'm thinking about this devotee. And immediately Krishna called for Daruka. Daruka is the chariot driver of Krishna. Daruka, get my chariot. And immediately Daruka got his chariot, and this chariot has got 4 horses. And Daruka with his folded arms, then he said, Oh Lord, I'm ready, tell me where I'm supposed to take you. Krishna boarded the chariot and he said, the Brahmana also come, you also come, let's go. And now Brahmana does not know how to climb and all that. So Krishna held the hand of Brahmana and pulled him up on the chariot. And it is described, they started, and in one night they reached Vidarbha. In one night. So from Dwarka to Vidarbha. Where is Dwarka currently in the map? Gujarat. And where is Vidarbha? Maharashtra. So you can imagine. In one night he reached. ठीक है, अभी ये हो गया Krishna. Love letter, Krishna heard it, Krishna started, he reached. But here the marriage ceremony has already begun. Not marriage ceremony, preparation for marriage. What is the name of the father of Rukmini? Bhishmaka. So Bhishmaka, he was doing all the necessary arrangement. The entire city of Vidarbha was cleaned. Scented water was put everywhere. There were colorful, wonderful items, pasted everywhere for decoration. Lot of flags were put here and there. And you know what? Every resident of Vidarbha, they were ready. They were ready with first class attire, first class ornaments, first class makeup. They were ready. They're all ready for the marriage. And it is described, Bhishmaka, he did a lot of rituals like worshipping forefathers, devatas. He worshipped the Brahmanas who had come. And he fed the Brahmanas very nicely. And since the Brahmanas were satisfied, they started chanting Vedic mantras for the protection of the bride. And then Bhishmaka gave a lot of charity. He gave gold, silver, cows, and then til and good. A lot of these different things were given to the Brahmanas. And also it is described when all these things Bhishmaka was doing, Shishupal's father, whose name is Damaghosh, he was also doing all that for Shishupal. There, Vedic mantras chanted for Shishupal and all those things are happening in the Shishupal's place. And it is described that Damaghosh, Shishupal, and the entire army, they came to Vidarbha. They were at the gates of Vidarbha. Who all were there? Elephants were there. Soldiers were there. Shishupal's supporters were there. Who were they? Shalva, Jarasandha, Dantavakra, Viduratha. For your information, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and in Dwapar Yuga, Shishupal, Dantavakra. They were together. All of them they came. And it is described thousands of kings had come there. They all had come with weapons in the hand. And they didn't, abhi बताइए कोई शादी में ऐसे जाता है कि weapons लेके, soldiers को लेके. But they all were there with soldiers, with the army, and they were all discussing amongst themselves. And you know what was the discussion? If Krishna comes with Balram here to steal away the bride, we will fight with him and defeat him. So what does that mean? Somehow everyone was knowing that kidnapping is going to happen. Including these kings. Everyone was knowing that. And Bhishmaka, since he was from the girl side, he received all of them very nicely. Damaghosh and the bridegroom was ready in his nice dress. He received and he gave him residences. It is described that Bhishmaka had built special residences only for marriage. Only for marriage, special residences were built, and all of these people were invited. Please stay here, please stay here. Now, when all this was happening, Balram got to know that my brother has gone alone. Alone he has gone to kidnap Rukmini. And all these kings have come at that place. And they all are plotting against my brother. To protect him, I will go. So now Krishna has already left. Balram comes, and it is described, Balram also get one Akshamani Sena. And then he tells the Sena, you stand outside Vidarbha, I will go inside. So now Krishna and Balram both have come. Now, Rukmini is sitting alone. She is dressed very beautifully. Shukadeva Goswami, he described her so beautifully. It's almost like Shukadeva Goswami has a camera and then he's recording everything. How beautiful Rukmini Devi is looking. He starts describing that she took bath and taking full bath. The Acharyas describe full bath means the female is taking bath, from the hair till the toe. And after cleansing herself, she wore the beautiful dress of a bride. Just imagine in the age of Kali, when people spend lakhs of rupees, to dress themselves. Just imagine the bride of the Supreme Lord, how beautifully she will be getting ready. And it's described, she was dressed with beautiful garments, along with that ornaments from head to toe. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. But then, that beauty was there on the body, but face was morose. She was sitting fully tensed. She was not understanding what happened to this Brahmana. Where is he? Krishna didn't come, Brahmana didn't come. What is happening? And then she starts thinking and she was very anxious. And then she started thinking, she's contemplating. She started thinking, maybe Krishna started from there and then suddenly he understood that I'm not eligible to get married to him. Maybe he stopped coming. And then she started thinking that I'm so unfortunate that Lord is not going to marry me. Now that is not the case. Krishna has already come. But the mood of a devotee is this. You know what is the mood of a devotee? A devotee never feels he is qualified to attain Krishna. Never. Devotee never feels. Here Rukmini Devi, she is all qualified. It is described all the kings of the world, when they would hear the beauty of Rukmini, they would just want to attain Rukmini. And here Rukmini want to attain Krishna. But she is thinking, oh, Krishna has not come, so he will not come. Because I am not qualified. This is the mode of a devotee. A devotee always thinks, what great I have done to become qualified to attain Krishna? Some rounds I chant, something I do here and there. That doesn't qualify me to attain Krishna. Krishna is so great. He is so great and I am so fallen. I have no qualification. This was the mode of Akrura. When Kamsa sent Akrura from Mathura to Vrindavan, on the way Akrura is thinking, I'll go to Vrindavan. I'll go and touch Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna will keep his hand on my head. All that he's thinking. But at one point of time, Akrura started, when he was glorifying, in that glorification, he uttered a name called Uttama Shloka. Uttama Shloka means that person was glorified with best of the verses. Then he started thinking, he's Uttama Shloka. He's so great. And I'm associate of Kans. Why will he shower his mercy on me? Why will he give his darshan to me? And then again he chants another shloka where another name comes, Achyuta. Achyuta means that person who does not fall from his position of giving mercy to his devotees. And that rejuvenated him. No, he'll give me darshan. Because he's Achyuta. He's Achyuta. And literally this is seen in all the devotees who are advancing in bhakti. There's always a strain that is there in their mode. You know what is that strain? They always understand that Krishna is great and they always understand that I am very, very low. And there is a strain. Okay, Krishna is great and devotee is feeling that he is unqualified. What is the strain then? You know what is the strain? Krishna is great, I am unqualified. Raghunath Das Goswami is saying this. Adhama pamara moi hina jiva dhama. He's saying, I'm very, very unqualified. Mora ichha hai pana chaitanya charana. He is very great, I am very fallen, but I want to attain him. I want to attain him. Now, if he is great and I am fallen, I have no relation with him, then it's okay. But the problem is, he is great, I am fallen, but I want to attain him. That creates the strain. How will I attain Krishna? How will I attain Krishna? Every devotee, is advancing in bhakti, should understand this one point, that I am not doing anything great to attain Krishna. What am I doing? What am I doing? Sometimes, devotees become proud thinking that I chant 16 rounds every day. I attend Bhagavatam class and also sleep in Bhagavatam class. I do this seva, that seva. I keep table from this place to that place and that place to this place back. I do this, I do that. I'm guiding so many devotees. By my mercy, they have become devotees. And Krishna would be laughing, looking at useless fellow. See, it's a very important thing to note. Whatever we do, no, it's insufficient. You know why? Because in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is served by topmost of his devotees. Do you think Krishna need our services? He does not need. He does not need. So, where is the question of pride then? Where is the question of pride? But Krishna is very, very merciful. He sees he is so fallen, unqualified, still he is rendering service, no problem, I'll accept. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham ashna uparitam tadaham bhaktya uparitam ashnami prayatatmana. I accept. I know it's all dirty, your consciousness is dirty, you're offering, but you're offering with love, I accept. Srila Indra Prabhu, who started 24 hours Kirtan. Now this person would do literally chanting of the holy names 24/7. Prabhupada's disciple. And every day he would offer tulasi with chandan to his Shaligram Shilas, to Gaur Nitai. And one devotee asked, Prabhuji, why do you offer this every day like this? And you know what Indra Prabhu says, who was doing 24/7 chanting, sometimes on the beats, most of the time Kirtan. If I'm not wrong, he was chanting some 120 plus rounds every day. And rest of the time Kirtan. And then he would do deity worship for 4 hours every day. He had some 2000 Shaligram Shilas. And he said to that devotee, see, Krishna has all the reasons to reject me. But Shastras say that anyone who offers tulasi with chandan unto the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna cannot reject him. Therefore, every day I am offering so that Krishna does not reject me. Abhi sochiye, such qualified devotees saying like that, hamara kya hoga? You know what? Our hope is what, you know? Our hope is pleasing Srila Prabhupada. If we somehow please Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna, thoda kripa kijiye is pe. I don't know, maybe he might say in Bengali, Krishna, please shower your mercy onto him. And Krishna cannot say no. Krishna has taken a vow that whatever my pure devotees say, I have to fulfill. And Krishna will fulfill. Therefore, it is described, whatever we do, no, we have to just make sure we do it for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. And if they are pleased, they will shower their mercy onto us. And something can happen with us. But if we talk about our own qualification, there is no qualification. Therefore, in one of the bhajans, so beautiful it is, sung. Yogyata vichare kichu nahi paaye tumhara karuna sar. Oh Gurudev, oh Krishna, if you are searching for some yogyata in me, some qualification in me, you will not find anything. You will not find it. Kuch bhi dhoond lo nahi milega. But yes, one qualification I have, you know what is that? Tumhara karuna sar. Your mercy is my qualification. Your mercy is my qualification. Therefore, it is described that devotees like Rukmini, pure devotees, they always feel, no, main kya kar raha hu? What am I doing to get mercy of the Lord? I'm very fallen, but I want to attain Krishna. I'm very fallen, I'm not qualified, Krishna is great, but still I want to attain Krishna. Oh Gurudev, oh Prabhupada, Krishna, please shower your mercy onto me. When this strain happens, then prayers come from the heart. When the strain is not there, prayers are not from the heart. Because there is no greed only to attain Krishna. Simple. And here we understand very clearly, Rukmini Devi is sitting. What will happen? All arrangements are getting done. I am ready now. I am ready. I am supposed to go out. Now to worship Girija, and now Brahmana is also not there. Forget about Krishna. Brahmana has not come. And when she was sitting like that with so much of moroseness, so much of anxiety, so much of anxious mood, at that time she looks at the door and the Brahmana, effulgent Brahmana, starts walking in. And the Brahmana is so happy. And Rukmini, looking at his gestures, looking at his expressions, she became happy. At that time, the Brahmana comes and Brahmana tells Rukmini, Krishna has come. And second thing that he tells Rukmini is, Krishna has promised that he will marry you. And Rukmini was in great ecstasy, great ecstasy, great ecstasy. Brahmana has given such a wonderful news. She is searching, what will I give? What will I give to Brahmana? She has nothing to give. Because whatever she has is very, very insignificant in front of the news that he has given. Therefore, Sakshat Lakshmi, Rukmini Devi, she bows down to Brahmana. Thank you very much. This is what Rukmini did. Oh, who can actually comprehend what was the happiness that Rukmini felt to hear this news? Now Krishna and Balram, they are standing outside. Bhishmaka got to know Krishna and Balram have come. And Bhishmaka was very happy. It is so nice, Krishna and Balram have come to participate in my daughter's marriage. It is so wonderful. Because even Bhishmaka heard about Krishna and Balram. And he was knowing that they're very, very great personalities. So he was very happy to witness the marriage of my daughter. Krishna and Balram have come. So immediately with all the paraphernalia, he went to receive Krishna and Balram. And when he goes there, it is described, he gives a lot of gifts to Krishna and Balram. A lot of musical instruments played in the background. He is paying obeisances, offering glorification. And the acharyas, they comment that Bhishmaka gave some garments to Krishna which befits a bridegroom. Dulhe ka kapda diya unko. And then it is also described that he gave a drink called Madhuparka. Madhuparka means water and honey. And also at other places it is given milk, ghee, honey mixed together. So this Madhuparka, that's a refreshing drink that was given. And then Shukadeva Goswami, I was just analyzing the shloka. Shukadeva Goswami writes that Bhishmaka gave the most opulent residence to Krishna and Balram. Now he didn't write, Shukadeva Goswami doesn't write this for Shishupal. He writes for Krishna and Balram. Now, when the residents got to know that Krishna has come, the residents of Vidarbha, they got to know Krishna has come. They left their house and ran towards that place to see Krishna. And all of them, they were just looking at Krishna. And Shukadeva Goswami describes how they were looking at Krishna. And Shukadeva Goswami says, they were all drinking the beauty of Krishna through the eyes. They were not ready. They were not ready to take their eyes off. What to talk about human beings, it is described when Krishna would enter the forest of Vrindavan, many animals would come. Because Krishna would play his flute and many animals would come. The deers would come, then there would be, some peacocks, they would come, the monkeys would come, and they all would be just looking at Krishna. They're just looking at Krishna. And it is sometimes described the birds who are flying, they look at Krishna and they'll stop flying and they'll fall down. So, sochiye, what is the beauty of Krishna that attracts even animals, birds. So, apna problem kya hai? Why we don't get attracted to Krishna? What is our problem? What is our problem? Here, all these great personalities are getting attracted to Krishna. Itna description pe description that Krishna is so beautiful. Krishna is so beautiful. He's also known as Madan Mohan who attracted Cupid. But still, what do Baddha-jivas like us? We don't get attracted to Krishna. Because we get attracted to Krishna's energies in this world. We get attracted to Krishna's energies. In fact, we should pray to Krishna that look at my fallen state. Bhagavatam glorifies you so much. I have no attraction for you. I have no bhakti. And I have no shakti to do bhakti. Oh Lord, please help me. Please shower your mercy onto me. That someday, before leaving this body, I should be able to get attracted to you. What if at the time of death, I remember some other beauty other than you? I'll become that in next life. Oh Krishna, please help me. Please help me. Please bless me. And you know what? Only Krishna can give us attraction towards himself. Or going in the sector. Only Krishna can give. And Krishna is very merciful. If you ask, he will give. If you don't ask, he's waiting. He's waiting. When will the devotees of Bhakti Center, they pray intensely to me for getting attraction towards me. And all of them, they were drinking the beauty of Krishna. As soon as they heard Krishna has come, they came running. And for all of us, Krishna manifests in the form of his katha, in the form of his name. So as soon as devotees get to hear Oh, there is Krishna Katha happening there. Immediately devotees should run to that place. Yes. And through their ears, devotees should drink the nectar of beauty of Krishna. Such devotees are the ones who advance. This is how the Shravanam should be. Always ready to do Shravanam. Always. This should be the eagerness of a devotee. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada writes that eagerness to hear about Krishna is the first qualification to enter the kingdom of God. First canto, chapter 2, shloka 16, purport, last line. Prabhupada is saying this. Very, very important statement. So when devotees are sitting and hearing about Krishna eagerly, Krishna showers his mercy. Now Rukmini, she is sitting in her cabin or in her inner chambers. Here Krishna and Balram are their residents. They are taking darshan of Krishna. But the residents, when they took darshan of Krishna, they started saying that Krishna is so beautiful. We feel it's only Rukmini who is a proper match for Krishna. And everyone started talking amongst themselves. And they all started praying to the Lord, the Supreme Lord. They started praying, "Oh Lord, if we have done any pious activity in our past, please bless us by uniting Rukmini and Krishna in the form of marriage." Now everyone was intensely praying. Can you imagine? Shishupal is sitting in the bridegroom dress already. And everyone is praying like this. And everyone is saying that this perfect match. Krishna Rukmini, Krishna Rukmini. Just imagine Shishupal Bichara, what will be his situation? Maybe he didn't hear. Let's assume maybe he didn't hear. This one thing that is very important to note. When devotees, when they desire something intensely, Krishna has to sanction. Krishna has to sanction. If all the devotees sitting here desire intensely that we need a land here in this area to build a temple, tell me why Krishna will not fulfill? Yes. When the altar opens, when the arati is happening and all the devotees are praying that, "Oh Lord, now please sanction a land in this area so that we can build your temple in this place." Tell me why Krishna will not sanction. He has to sanction. Hundreds of devotees sitting here are praying. Therefore, it's very important to desire the right thing when we come in the association of devotees for the benefit of everyone. And look at this. When it comes to devotees, they always want to give pleasure to their lordships, Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, always. So these personalities who are taking darshan of Krishna, they are thinking how wonderful it will be if Krishna and Rukmini come together. How wonderful. What such a wonderful match. So happy they will be, and so on and so forth. So in this way, all the talk was going on. Now the time came when Rukmini is supposed to come out of her palace. Again, for your information, the queens would not just come out like that any time. They would come out on specific occasions only. She was dressed very beautifully. All the kings had heard about Rukmini's beauty, but they had never seen Rukmini. So they all were present. They were all there to see. But then it's very difficult to see Rukmini because Rukmini was there in the center. Then her friends were there, all her girlfriends. And then elderly ladies were there. And they were surrounded by huge soldiers. Because they were very much clear, now Krishna will come. So they are fully surrounded. And it is described, Rukmini was walking very fast towards Girija's temple. And Shukadeva Goswami says, Rukmini was going to worship the lotus feet of Girija, but her meditation was all the time on the lotus feet of Krishna. All the time she was meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. And all the time she was anxious. What will happen? What will happen? And finally she goes to the temple of Girija. And then the worship started. All the senior ladies who were there, they were leading the worship of Girija. And at that time, Rukmini was intensely praying within. And her prayers was this, that may Lord Krishna become my husband. Please grant me this one benediction. And that some other acharyas have also told that the ladies asked that Rukmini, what do you want? What do you want? What is the desire that you have? And at that time, Rukmini said, I want to marry Krishna. And the lady said, okay, we'll pray for you. Now, the next thing that took place was, now Rukmini had given a plan. At this time, you have to kidnap me. Now, she's anxious. Where is Krishna? And isme, the best part is, Rukmini has never seen Krishna. This best part. She has never seen Krishna. Now she has to search where is Krishna. Now the worship is done. She is coming out. And it's described that she was fully, she was so much in ecstasy, so much filled with love for Krishna, meditating on Krishna, that she was not able to hold herself, not able to balance. So with one hand, it is described, she was holding her maidservant and she was walking. And it is described all the kings who were there, for the first time they saw Rukmini. Some kings were sitting on elephant, some on the horses, some on the chariot, some were standing on the ground. Everyone was holding weapons because the queen has come out, anything can happen at any time. So at that time, very beautifully, Shukadeva Goswami, I told you he holds a camera. So Shukadeva Goswami, he says that with her left hand, right hand was there on the maidservant. And Shukadeva Goswami's meditation is so intense, he says that right hand which had jeweled ring, finger ring, that was kept on the maidservant. And with the left hand, some hair were there on the face, she just moved those hair. And she started glancing on the crowd there. And it's described, as she was glancing on the crowd, tuck, 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 all the soldiers who were there, they were fainting one by one. Tuck, 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 tuck. It is described, some people, they were on the elephant, they fell down from the elephant. Someone on the chariot, they fainted in the chariot. Some people who were having weapons, the weapons slipped first. And then next day. So like that, Rukmini, she defeated all the kings who were there. There was no need of fight for Krishna. And then, when she was walking, so just imagine the entire group is walking like this. And Rukmini Devi, she takes a detour because she sees Krishna. And then she goes there, and Shukadeva Goswami describes, Krishna is there on the chariot, Rukmini is getting on the chariot, she is not able to. And Krishna then gives the hand and then pulls Rukmini up on the chariot. Now see, this is such a wonderful event that is taking place. Rukmini has never seen Krishna, but she has heard about Krishna. This is the power of Shravanam. Just by hearing about Krishna, she had the confidence, yes, that I'll marry him. Second, she had the confidence, you marry me in Rakshasa style by kidnapping me. And the third thing, look at her confidence, she knew very well, this person is only Krishna. ऐसे नहीं क्यों जाके पूछा, ओ भाई Krishna. She was confident, yes, this is my Krishna. Therefore, it is described when a devotee does proper Shravanam, then the heart will get cleansed. And when the heart is get cleansed, Shraddha, Rati and Bhakti, sequentially it will manifest one after another. And look at this. Soldiers are fainted. Rukmini is there on the chariot. And now Krishna is in no hurry. Krishna is not in Dargo. Jaldi chal, sab ud jayenge, jaldi chal. Krishna aram se. The hero and heroine are there on the chariot. And the chariot is moving around. It's going slowly, softly, in wonderful mood. And when the chariot went to certain distance, after that everyone got up. What happened? What happened? Where is she? Where is she? Oh, this Gopa, he kidnapped her. And then all of them, they started shouting at each other. What were you doing? Why you fell down? You also fell, no? So all of them started talking to each other and they said, hey, now there's no time to fight amongst each other. Let's go and fight with him. And then Krishna and Rukmini, they are going. And at that time, Balram comes with his army. Balram defeats all of them. And Shishupal, he understood. Gai. And it is described, Shishupal is sitting, in his chamber, whatever was given by Bhishmaka. In his bridegroom dress, he is sitting. Oh, she left, she went. And at that time, Jarasandha, he came. For your information, Jarasandha, he would attack Krishna. And 17 times, if I'm not wrong, he lost the war. Krishna would defeat him and not kill him. And he would go back and get another set of soldiers. Again, Krishna would defeat. So he was one person whom Krishna utilized as to annihilate all the miscreants. Krishna is very intelligent. And 18th time, Krishna said, "Arey, kitna fight karenge? Chodo." He left, he walked off from the place. He didn't fight also. So at that time, Jarasandha, he came to Shishupal and he's like, One fight you lost and you're sitting like this, look at me, 17 I have lost. Long past time, cut short, Krishna and Rukmini, they reach Dwarka. And it is described very wonderfully. Krishna and Rukmini, they get married in the presence of Devaki, Vasudev, Balram, and all the residents of Dwarka. And that was an amazing marriage. If we continue hearing about the Lord, this will surely happen. You know what will happen? Someday Lord will be pleased with us. Karte rehna, bhakti karte rehna, karte rehna. Now sometimes we'll feel, oh, I'm so unqualified. Sometimes you'll feel, am I a devotee? I'm not eligible to be a devotee. All these things will come. Sometimes we'll slip also from the path of bhakti. Again, we hold the hands of the devotees, we come back. Sometimes, we might skip our rounds due to whatever reason. And no, how can I skip my rounds? No. Even if it's night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I will complete my rounds and sleep. And the devotee, with full determination, he continues practicing bhakti till his last breath. And if Krishna is pleased by the devotee, one day will come when Krishna will kidnap the heart of the devotee. And that will be the ultimate perfection of human form of life. And all of us should hanker for this. And we should also write letter like Rukmini wrote. But our letters can be verbal. We can directly tell Krishna that please shower your mercy onto me. I completely surrender onto your lotus feet. Thank you very much. Rukmini Dwarkadhish ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.